Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. I forgot to turn the sound off on my computer. There we go. Don't need to hear myself 18 times. How's everyone doing out there? I hope you're doing really well. I hope your Tuesday is off to a great start. Um, I see a few people are here watching. Susie's here. Hello, Susie. How are you? How's everything going for you over there? Hopefully you're doing well. Um, I feel like we talk on this all the time, and you send me some messages once in a while about weather and stuff, but we don't get to hang out too much. But hopefully once the weather gets warmer, we can change that a little bit. Um, Michelle's here. Hello, Michelle. If you're out there, please say hi. Um, I again did not schedule the live. I need to get better at scheduling these lives. I don't know if that helps or not. Um, I think the people who watch are the people who watch, and you all know what we do anyway. But um, I think maybe for a while I was scheduling events for each live on Facebook, pre-scheduling them all, and on YouTube. And I don't know if we were getting more viewers or not. I feel like sometimes the social media networks push things out a little bit more if you schedule them in advance. I don't know if that's really true. Susie's here. Other Susie, thank you from Florida. Thank you for joining us. Um, but I think I need to do that. I need to add that to my to-do list. Maybe tomorrow I'll start scheduling out a bunch of lives and see if that actually helps or not. Um, it does help when you all share these. The thing that helps the most that I've noticed is when you all comment while we're live. When we get a lot of comments during the live, it seems like we end up with new people joining us. The numbers go higher. I don't know what that's about, but I guess, but it does work. And it has worked every single time. When we have a lot of activity and commenting going on in the chats, even if you're not responding to me, even if you're just talking with each other, it really helps the numbers go up. So keep up those comments, please. Um, Norma's here. Hello, Norma. Thanks for joining us. I hope you have all had a good day. Let me know in the comments how your day has been, what you've been up to. I've been busy. I don't think I have taken a break all day. Um, from the moment I got up, I came down. What did I do first? Um, it's been a long day. Like, it's one of those days. Today is one of those days that feels like it's been a long day. Like, I'm exhausted already, and it's just mentally. I haven't done anything physically but sit in a chair pretty much all day. But mentally, but also it feels like the day like flew by. I don't know how that happens, that it feels so long, and yet it also feels like the day is like gone and over. But started the day working on stuff on social media. I had to put up our beat in the new year prompts. So I put those up earlier today. I do banners and I do posts and I do reels. Um, then Andrew is having an art drop this Friday. He's been working like crazy on new art things. He gave a preview of his radish. We took a look at his radish yesterday, I think it was, on the live. And he's also, I think, shared that on social media, I think. Um, but he's also been working on a lot of other things in the meantime. Um, I think we looked at his, did we look at his at the, now I lost the name of the fruit. Let's see. Michelle did day 13 and shared. Nice. Thank you. I have been a little bit behind. Um, Andrew says we also get more folks when I dish the tea. People love the tea. They don't care what flavor that tea is, but if you're dishing it, they're going to be here for it. Um, but I've been a little bit behind on sharing what y'all have been making on Beat in the New Year. So I have to go back and in the Design Challenges group, take a look through the posts. I've been behind on looking at them too. I was so tired last night. Uh, we made, we were talking about the things we're gonna make. We ended up making grilled cheese last night, grilled cheese and tomato soup. And it was good. It hit the spot. I'll tell you that. And we actually had grilled cheese again today. Andrew made some more grilled cheese. So we were hungry for that. And I ate that last night and I think we watched House Hunters. We're watching House Hunters and I just got super tired and I think I went to bed early. I don't remember. Uh, I honestly have no idea what time it was when I went to bed. I took um my allergies have been, I don't know why, but they've been really wild lately. So I even started getting a little bit of hives a few days ago. And when that happens, it puts me in a bad mood. Like I can feel my mood change and I can feel my body like reacting to them. Um, and so yesterday, because we had soup from a can, we got Progresso soup. My aunt recommended it because she likes it, and it tastes like really like almost like homemade tomato soup, and it did. It tasted really good, but I was worried, so I took a lot of uh, antihistamines. I usually take 2 a day. I added a third one just in case. 3 different kinds, not 3 of the same one. And they're all non-drowsy, but I was out of it after that. And I think between the exhaustion and just everything going on, and probably those, even though they're supposed to be non-drowsy, um, I fell asleep hard and fast. Let's just say that. Um, Diane's here. Hello, Diane. Thanks for joining us. So I didn't even normally in the evenings is when I go through and try to look through the everything y'all have done for Beat in the New Year, and it just did not happen last evening. So hopefully tonight I will do that. I'm gonna be making soft tacos tonight, and that takes a little while to make. So we'll see how much later I am up from that. But it has been a busy day. What are you all having for dinner, or did you already eat? What'd you eat? I think we're having soft tacos. Um, I got chips, tortilla chips to make nachos. I got some cheese, and I hope we have salsa. I keep saying we have salsa. I keep forgetting to check. I think there's salsa in the fridge. So gonna do some chips and salsa and cheese, and for myself, and if Andrew wants them. But I got him Doritos. He likes particular brand or style flavor, particular flavor of Doritos that we get. But I can't eat those too much because they have MSG, and that interferes with my heart and all that good stuff. So I have a little bit sometimes, but not too much. Hey, Susan, thanks for being here. Um, so Andrew has an art reveal on Friday. That'll be at 7 p.m. again, just before the live. And so we'll reveal that. We'll drop that in the online store. I call it a reveal. It's a drop, called a drop, called a reveal. It's going to happen in the online store, same as last week, at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then we will show things on the live at 7:30. So even if they're sold, if they're not sold, we'll go over them and take a look at them during the live. Um, we do have a live this weekend. Yes, it's next weekend is the Creative Make Along. Um, let's see. Uh, chipped ham sandwich again. And everything non-crisps, says Norma. That's good. I do sometimes miss chipped ham. I really do. I miss ham. That's one of the things I miss. So Creative Make Along next Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. The link, because everyone always says they couldn't find the link. The link is in the blog. The link is in the event for Facebook. I think I sent an email out, but I think I directed to the blog. Um, so it's always on the blog. Go to the blog, look in Creative Make Along. Even last year's link will work. We're using the same link this year. So all good. If you need it, if you want to hang out with us, Creative Make Along, hopefully you will. I hope you're excited by it. I'm excited by it. First one of 2026. Come hang out with us. It's also your bead in the new year prompt for that day is to hang out and make with friends virtually. So if you want to do that prompt, you got to do it. Got to join us. I guess you can hang out with other friends virtually too, but you should hang out with us. I'm trying to read epithelial hubs made veggie burgers. Okay. The hubs made veggie burgers. Message retracted. Good. I was like, what in the world is that supposed to mean? Um, um, the hubs made veggie burgers. Nice. Nice. Veggie burgers are good. I almost got veggie chicken burgers, but I knew we had soft tacos, so I'm gonna make those. I'm really kind of craving the soft tacos. I put I use we do a soft tortilla, and then I put cheese on there, and I put some ranch down on top of that, and then usually the mixture of fake meat with sautéed onions and peppers and mushrooms, and then I mix in refried beans, put that down, and then top it with lettuce and tomato and salsa. And so that sounds really good to me tonight. So I think that's what I'll be making after the live, after I do all the spreadsheeting and all that. I'll go down and make that. Um, Susan says, I have no idea autocorrect was being a pain. And again, right? Misspelling the pain. Norma says, hopefully my computer will behave this time for the creative make along, right? Sometimes that happens, even to us. We're going to be using our old computer up here. Maybe it doesn't like me calling it old. Maybe that's why it acts up. But we'll be using this computer for the creative make along as long as it works. So hopefully it continues to work. Um, Marianne says, I've been pulling items for Beat in the New Year, but still not made anything. Marianne, what are you doing? It's good to pull stuff, but you gotta put something together. Put something together. I have fallen way behind. I did the first 4 days really well. I started that year off really well, but that's also because I was at the shop. And then even this weekend at the shop, I was so busy trying to work out plans of things that we're doing and working on things that I did not get my beating done. I was literally busy from the time I walked into the store until I left at night every day working on stuff. So I didn't have time, which is not great, but you know, it happens. I am, the beat in the New Year is for inspiration. I have been inspired by the other things we're doing, so that's okay. Um, I think we have a lot lined up and we're working on those things. Um, so I mentioned it yesterday, and I don't want to talk about it too much. I kind of did a teaser because I didn't know if I could get it plugged in to our online shop easily. But we are working on, so we used to have t-shirts made for Allegory Gallery. And we also do our own totes and our own mugs, our own tumblers, and I like doing that work. I do. But it also is one of those things that I found that I do not have a lot of time for. Um, we used to have a Society 6 shop, and that shop they kicked us out, actually. I think they kicked a lot of small creators out. And it was always very, very difficult to actually find Andrew's artwork in that shop. You had to use the affiliate link, or else if you searched for it, it pretty much never showed up. So I've been working on working with another company that integrates into Shopify that is going to hopefully work out, and we're going to have more print on demand stuff for you all. Um, and I think from the looks of it, it's going pretty well. Um, we're going to be able to do totes again. We're going to be able to do T-shirts with our logos and Andrew's artwork. There are a lot of different things that we could get into. It plugs right into our shop. You'll be able to purchase it just like you were purchasing anything else from us. And it will be shipped directly to you from the printer. I won't have to print it. We won't have to keep stock of things. It won't slow down my work. to make like print on demand kind of things like we've been doing. Um, Andrew says they definitely prioritized the bigger names. Yeah, Society 6 did. I loved their stuff. We have so many bags from them. And so many of you ordered great things from them, some blankets, and some people had shower curtains made and bar stools even with Andrew's artwork on them. But they prioritized. Andrew says, I really liked working with them when we started, and it was a hoot to see the things they made with my art on it. Yeah, it was very cool. Um, but I think because they kind of booted off smaller makers, we are going to, we're changing gears. I love the dye sublimation stuff. I like doing it. But with everything else we do, um, it's hard to keep the quality up. Um, and it's hard to keep things in stock because we have to control the raw materials, and we have to control the we have this one and we have that one, we want to print this one. This is going to allow us to put tons of options, I think, up and available for you all. We could do limited editions, we can do have things out there, and we can fill up the website with stuff, and it will be up to them to fulfill and do the orders. And their print time seems to be pretty quick, um, probably quicker than most of the time that I would do things. And we, yeah, I think it's going to be really good. And I'm excited. Um, you know, when Society 6 was closing down, we couldn't get a lot of Andrew's artwork. My Palo print, I had a Palo print bag, and I wanted to grab one before they went away, and they took it down. I couldn't even get one. So I'm gonna put a Palo print up there and get myself a Palo bag. Um, and yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I played with the plugin today. It worked pretty much seamlessly um, into the online store. Like it's really seems like it's a quality app interface. And so it doesn't even you can't even tell that it's not our store when you're shopping on it. And I like that. And I hope it's going to be a good thing. I hope we're going to be able to do it. Now, of course, that being said, Andrew says we still use the dye sublimation, but mostly for shows and store stuff. Yeah, we still do it. And, there are going to be things that they have particular sizes on things. If we want to do different things or different size things or special edition things, we could, do it ourselves too. We have a bunch of little tumblers. We got these kind of cute, really smallish tumblers, and I want to make stuff with them. Um, and we're still going to do some of that stuff, but if this works out, I think it's going to be a much easier thing. And we'll use the dye sublimation for stuff, like Andrew said, for shows and stuff for the store and things like that. So I'm hoping it works. Of course, uh, it also means we make less money on this stuff. So that is another thing that we have to consider. Um, it's it, in the end, I think the speed at which you will be able to get things, and it seems like the quality is good on the things, that is going to outweigh, like, we're going to make less money on it, but I also don't have to do all the work to do it. Because in that profit that we make, we don't take into consideration the time it takes me to really make all of this stuff. And so my time, I have to consider my time valuable. And when I do things like that, that sometimes don't sell, it's not worth it. So this will give us a chance to load up a ton, if we want to, of Andrew's kind of artwork. And it's much easier, I feel like, than it was on Society 6. It plugs directly into our store. You don't have to go to another website. We don't have to worry about giving you an affiliate link, so we actually make some money on it. Um, it's just going to be built in, and it should hopefully work out. I'm still playing with things like the shipping charges. Um, it, because I don't know what it's going to do. I have to figure out how to, if you order stuff from us and some of that stuff at the same time, um, I got to make sure that the shipping charge is enough, that it covers both their shipping and ours. So that's a thing, but that was also a thing with Society 6. If you bought from them, you paid shipping from them. Um, because some of the things we're not going to make much more than some of the shipping charges, and we can't just be covering that. So I have to play around with some of that yet, but I wanted to let all you know, out there, that that's what's happening. And that's kind of the thing that I kind of teased yesterday that we've been working on. I think it's going to make it really easy for us to make tumblers, mugs. I mean, we're not going to make them, we're just going to design them, and they're going to make them. um, and it'll be print on demand. They do direct to garment printing. So instead of it being a heat press and all that kind of stuff, it is literally put through a giant like inkjet and it's printed on. Um, and it's a really good quality thing. So I'm excited about it. Um, Andrew says we'll actually make more than Society 6. Yeah, we should. As long as I figure out the shipping thing okay, we should still be making more than we were in Society 6. Um, we also won't be able to offer free shipping over $100. No, we won't be able to do that with that stuff. So I have to figure out how that's going to work, and I have to exclude it from the shipping or add extra shipping per item. I'm still working on that part of it, but I wanted to let y'all know because I think it's going to be fun. Let's see what people are saying. Um, Marion says, I'm still trying to. Oh, first, Susan says, I really like the Beat in the New Year prompts. Good. Glad you're liking those. Um, Michelle says the Beat in the New Year has been keeping me inspired. Good. That's what it's all about, y'all. Kimberly's here. Lennis is here. Hello, everybody. I'm far behind. Sandra's here. Hello, Sandra. Thank you for joining us tonight. Um, let's see. Oh, this sounds awesome, says Kimberly. I think so. I think it's going to be pretty dang awesome. Smokey is doing his kneading and squawking shtick. Nice. That's cute. I was sitting down in the basement with Barnaby a little bit and hanging out with him down in his man cave, and he was purring so hard, so hard. Um, let's see. Totally planning for a coffee mug if available, says Kimberly. Yes, we're gonna have coffee mugs available. They do coffee mugs. They do stickers too, which I'm kind of excited about. The stickers I feel like are a little bit expensive, um, but we can do stickers. And so I've always wanted to do stickers, but we'll see. You can do them by the sheet. If we do them by the sheet, they might not feel as expensive. They're Kiss Cut stickers, and maybe we might do that. They're vinyl stickers. They'd be pretty cool, I think. But they are a little bit expensive, I feel like. But um, it's a lot better than me doing them myself because I've been on a kick, like I've been wanting to make stickers of Andrew's artwork, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Um, uh, Susan says, I'd love to have a latte 16-ounce size coffee mug. I don't know what sizes they have yet. Um, I'm trying to think if ours are 16 now. I had to up the size in ours because the ones that we make have been resized. The supplier that I used to get them from doesn't have them anymore. Though they increased their price to the point where I could upgrade to a bigger size. So that is a thing. But anyway, yes, I'm going to see what sizes they have, and I will pick a few different sizes for people if they want. Because some people want a large mug, some people want a small mug. Um, I know I do, depending on what I'm drinking. I pick and choose from ours. Um, let's see. Sandra says, I have a friend that needs bags cups that I was going to talk to you about. She's looking for a vendor where she can put her logo on it. Yeah, yeah. This one that we're working with, um, hopefully, anyway, if everything works out, they do. We could even supposedly put like our logo on tags inside of clothes and stuff if you want to do that. And they do embroidery, so we could have embroidered patches of Andrew's artwork technically. um, they would probably get very expensive, but we could do embroidery on shirts and bags and all that kind of stuff too, which is kind of wild. I'm kind of really excited to see where it goes. Kimberly says, "Oh, stickers, yay!" Marion says, "I like the plugin aspect for this." Yeah, that's what, sending somebody to another site. We never liked doing it, but sometimes we had to do it because Society 6, that's all they allowed you to do. Um, but now we don't have to. We can plug into our own site and it'll be just like you're ordering from us, which has its ups and downs too. If something does go wrong with them, of course, people are going to come to us like they should, but we are not going to be the ones shipping it. Um, uh, but also, you will not be paying them directly. You'll just be paying us, which makes things nice too. You don't have to do separate payments. You don't have to do, split payments. It's going to be, you're just going to pay us, and then we take care of it on our end, paying them to fulfill the order. And Kimberly says we all need a sticker that says "Don't worry about it," right? Yeah. Um, Susan says that's our preferred coffee mug size in this house. We are very caffeinated. Nice. Kimberly says, I want a mug as big as my head. Haha, not really, but I do like larger mugs. Yeah, I don't know if I told people that our mugs went up in size a little bit. And I don't even know if I adjusted the online listings, but right now I need to get more mugs. But with this going on, might not have to anymore. Um, I love doing this stuff. Like, I feel kind of bad because we have the dye sublimation set up and we will use it, but probably less. They can't do the pins, the wooden pins. They do metal pins, but they're exceptionally expensive. Um, well, they do sets, and I guess maybe not expensive for the set, but we can do those and not charge like they're charging. And they don't do the wooden pins. So if I can get that all to work out, I may still be doing those and things like that from time to time, um, but this will make it so much easier, and I think we'll be able to get our items out into the world a lot easier and without me spending all the time doing it. Um, Lena says Earthenwood did a whole breakdown of the best sticker companies. She got samples and talked about quick the turnaround was, which were better quality, which had best customer service. Yeah, I saw that she did that. I think you mentioned that to me earlier. And that's why, like, this one, the only reason I would do it is because it would be built in and we could just do that. But I don't think um, they don't they don't specialize in stickers, so they are expensive for what they are. If we started doing more stickers, I think I would probably go separately and have them printed separately and then just sell them. I think it would be a lot cheaper. Hello, Suzanne. Thanks for joining us. Andrew says we do need to make an extra couple $100 to put in our wallet for them. Yeah, so there's a delay between when Shopify takes an order and pays us. Um, there's always a delay, and sometimes that delay is up to 4 or 5 days, so or more, depending on holidays, depending on just their schedule. I don't know what their schedule actually is, but sometimes when you order from us on our online store, it can take up to 4 or 5 days for us to see it in our bank. And so um, that doesn't quite work because if you order these print on demand things, it's an immediate order that we have to pay for to send it over to them. So they have a feature that you can put money into a wallet so that you don't have a kind of a backup. Getting things backed up because they won't print it and ship it until you pay for it, obviously, or until we pay for it. So if you pay us and our money goes in and gets held up, then the order gets held up. And so we need to make a few $100 just to have it in there and kind of have a slush fund for them for when we start to do this. So that's part of the thing. Andrew says, I need to look at Melanie's post for when we do shows. Yeah, we really do because stickers are a big thing at shows. Big thing. And I think a lot of Andrew's things would be super cute on stickers. Um, let's see. May says, I got your Stargazer leggings from Society 6. Yeah. And I love those. So it's and I think we can do leggings again for people who like leggings. I don't know what people are into as much these days. Are you still into leggings? Are you into t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, tumblers. I figure those are kind of the general things, but totes. Um, so I need to look. The nice thing about this will be too is that it gives you the option to pick different colors. So we can have different color shirts, um, and some customizable things on certain things in addition to the print that we have on them. So I think that'll be nice. Um, let's see, May, and hello, May, by the way. I don't think I said hi. Um, Sandra says, yep, that's normal for Shopify for sure. Yeah, they sometimes hold your money up for longer than you think. Which when you see a nice order come in, it's always nice to see it, but then you're like, well, I'm not going to get that for a few days. I got to get to that few days. Um, uh, let's see here. Lena says, every time I go to an art show, they have stickers and people will pay $5 to $6 for them. Yeah. Mesa stickers are so popular. Stickers are big businesses, Marianne. Yeah, they are. They are. And we've been looking at doing them in-house. We'd have to buy an inkjet printer, which we don't have, but you don't need a fancy one, depending on what you're doing it on. And we have a Cricut that just kind of sits there, as Andrew called it, the expensive paperweight. And the Cricut can do kiss cut stuff. Um, but I just have not had time to fool around with all that and to make that work. I know some people run their whole business. That's all they do for a business is sell stickers. Um, but if we can get a company to print them, it would be a lot better, I think. Because I think that's what most people do. Most people are not out there when we go to these shows. Um, most people are not out there making their own stickers. I know that they're printing them, they're having them printed, and they're selling them. Um, let's see. Michelle loves leggings. May says love shirts. Sweatshirts can get pricey. Yeah, this stuff, like they set the price that they need to be paid, and then we put what we want to make on top of that. So some of the stuff does get pretty pricey. Um, but we figured like a t-shirt's going to be like $25, which I think is fairly 25 to 28 for a t-shirt, with custom artwork. Seems to be the going rate for most places. I looked around a little bit and I'm like, guess that's pretty much what they're running these days. Sweatshirt 36 to 38, something like that, I think is what we were looking at. Um, so it is that kind of world out there. But when we can get this stuff done and done in a good way, and it's going to be good quality, and I think it's going to be fun, and I think it's going to be open up a whole new world possibly of people, and people finding us, um, through this stuff. They might not, necessarily buy art. They may not buy beads, but they may buy art on clothing, and on stickers or on tumblers. And it's not going to have me in the studio, making 1,800 tumblers all by myself doing that, and stinking up the place because it stinks. It stinks when I make them. Um, and so that'll be nice, and possibly messing them up. It's I'm kind of a perfectionist, and when I do them and there's a little thing wrong with them, I'm like, God, I think that's a good thing, but at the same time it is like it's hard. So I think this will be a lot easier. Suzanne says 25 for a t-shirt is average. Yeah. Andrew said Etsy used to hold longer. Yeah, sometimes Etsy did. Suzanne said cropped shirts and leggings. Nice. Um, uh, let's see. Whoops. Everybody's chatting. Thank you for chatting. It helps all the algorithms when you all chat. Um, I love leggings, and they're making a big comeback, says Sandra. Nice. Um, I have seen more people out in leggings again. I have noticed that now that you say that. So yeah, they seem to be making a comeback again. Um, Sanders says the cricket is cricketing. It certainly is. It sits there cricketing. It does not do much right now. Hello, Susan. Thanks for joining us. You're missing all the news, Susan. May says, I see young people cover their computer with stickers. I just hoard mine. Yeah, we hoarded stickers for a while, and then um, Andrew set up a cabinet for some of his stuff, and we started putting the stickers on the cabinet, because it's like otherwise you're not going to see them. I always like I don't like putting stickers on my laptop. I know people do that all the time, but I don't like that. Um, but um, but it is nice to be able to see your stickers, right? Unless you frame them or put them up somehow. They just sit in a pile mostly. So we did start putting up some of our stickers, just on that metal cabinet that we set up. Um, that t-shirt price is good. If you charge 30-ish for sweatshirts, I'll love that, says May. Yeah, I have to see. I have to see what they charge us. I've just gotten into t-shirts and totes right now. Our totes are generally $22 to $25 right now, and I think that's what we will do again. Um, that's what Society 6 was charging, and that was years ago. They were 22 to 25, I think, and they uh it'll give us a little bit of a profit. It's not a lot, but it'll give us a little bit. It's not what we're making probably on the totes that we do now, but it's more than what we were probably making on the Society 6 totes. So it works out, I guess, and we'll see. I think these totes are a little bit bigger than the Society 6 ones, maybe. I think they're 15 by 15. I think our Society 6 were like 13 by 13 or 14 by 14, something like that. Um, let's see here. May says at concerts, t-shirts have been priced at $50. Oh yeah. Yeah. Susan says 25 is very reasonable for a t-shirt. Concert t-shirts are very expensive. Um, Marianne says remember to also like and share. Yes, please do. Please like and share. Um, that helps a lot. Um, let's see. Suzanne says I bought a Mardi Gras tee from a cat rescue and it was $30 with tax, but they got a donation. That's good. Yeah. Andrew says, I'd love to use the Cricut, but I don't know how to use it. Yeah, I don't know what we can use it for. That's like finding the things that it's good for. Um, I sometimes use leggings as long underwear for cold days, says May. Yep, I could see that. They fit right under like jeans or other pants, sweatpants, just as an extra layer. Lena says, I put stickers on my tablet cover. Yeah, I can see that. I don't do that. I keep my devices pretty like naked other than just their covers. Um, but I know a lot of people who do, and I don't know why I don't. I should customize my stuff. Um, but I just generally don't. I've never been like, I don't do tattoos, I don't customize. Like when I was in school, we would do, my mom would do us book covers out of like newspaper and stuff. And I pretty much would write like the name of the class on the thing, and then never I didn't really decorate it. So my mom started instead of doing did y'all do the paper bags over your books? You do the paper bag book covers. My mom made us paper bag book covers for our school books when we were young. And because I never really did much with mine, we started just at least using comics. So we did comic strips, take the comic pages and do those as book covers, and then we'd tape over them with the packing tape, and then that way they'd stay better longer. But I didn't even decorate that kind of stuff or my notebooks in school. I've just always never done that. I don't know why. Um, Susan says, I know I missed all the news, but I am co-chair of a committee that had a meeting and I couldn't say sorry, gotta go be with my AGB fam. See, I guess some things are important, I guess. Um, Suzanne says, I just made an appointment for a knee tattoo. Yes to the paper bag book covers, right? That's a thing. I forget. It's like those memories unlocked, things you forget that you did. Um, till they come up in a conversation. Um, what's your knee tattoo gonna be? How do you even do a knee tattoo? Do you do the knee tattoo when the knee is bent or when it's straightened out? What do you do? Um, uh, Michelle says, I am in either leggings or shorts all the time. Yeah, I know some people who do that. It's nice enough over there to do that. Here, um, as May said, sometimes the leggings become an undergarment. Suzanne says a spider. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I like that. What kind of spider? Like a black widow spider, or like a big fuzzy spider, like a long lanky spider? Um, let's see. Marion says I've done that, May, especially when it's -20 Celsius and windy. Right. Suzanne says I don't know. I'll find out. What? Oh, you don't pray bent or extended. Is that what you're talking about? Or you don't know what kind of spider? Is it up to you leave it up to the tattoo artist? I know some people who do that. They tell them generally what they want and they let the tattoo artist do it. Um, if I was getting a tattoo, like I think I'd have to be very exact on what I want, at least if I was going to go do that. It's gonna be a fuzzy spider. Nice. Um, leggings and a sweater are my fall winter uniform, says Susan. Nice. Um, May says, Marianne, for me, cold weather is 50 plus degrees. Yep. Yep. Um, Susan says, I have to laugh here when I see people here in winter wearing sweatshirts and shorts. It's a whopping 40 degrees outside. Today, I don't know what it was today. I don't have my watch on, but it was supposed to get colder today, I thought. And it was warm out this evening when I went to get groceries. Surprisingly warm. Kimberly says, I put stickers on my glass of my French door entering my office studio. See, I could never do that. I'd be like, um, but that's cool. You do. It's close to 32 tonight, says Suzanne. 32 there? I guess it did. It's 43 here, it's saying. 43, high was 48, so it did get warm. I don't know. That's not what it said when I checked it earlier today. Because Andrew and I were talking about the weather, and it was supposed to be in the 30s today when I checked. Now it's 48, 43. So weird. It lies to me all the time. That's why I asked Susie what the weather is going to be, because she follows something that's usually right, and I think somebody on Facebook she knows does the weather, um, and he's usually right. He, I think. Um, let's see. Oh, Michelle's going to PT. Have a good session, Michelle. Um, Lena says, yes. Now I wonder if I could remember how to make a book cover. I know. I was just thinking that as I was talking about it in the back of my, that's how my mind works. In the back of my mind, I was talking to you all about it, but I was also thinking, I don't know how to do that anymore. Like, I don't know if I could actually do that if I sat down. How do you make a book cover? Um, stickers are good for windows and migrating birds, says Marianne. I don't know. I don't put them on windows. Nope, nope. Um, when we were kids, my grandmother had a mirror, a full-length mirror that hung in one of their rooms. It was like in a hallway to make the look bigger. And I don't know how it happened, but that mirror got a crack along it. And when we were kids, she would have us, we'd put stickers along the crack on that mirror to hide the crack. And there were stickers on that mirror for so long. I honestly can't remember if that mirror is still there. Like my brother has the house now. I don't know if that mirror is still there or if they removed it. But he used to have stickers along it. Um, let's see. Kimberly says, my town banned plastic bags, so a lot of stores are using those big paper bags. I kind of want to wrap my books. I told my artist I wanted a sunflower, and he drew me one with my mom's fingerprint in the center. Oh, for a tattoo, that's nice. That's a nice thing. The high temperature was 64 here, says Susan. Nice. It's 45 here now, not too bad today. It was in the 50s, says other Susan. Yeah, it was not too bad. I thought it was going to be really cold out, and it was not so cold out. Oh, my comments came up here. Hooray. Um, Kimberly says they peel off of glass much easier than a lot of other surfaces. Maybe. I know. Like we, yeah, I don't know. some stickers, I guess it depends on the sticker. Some stickers, once they're on, that's like you take a razor blade to scrape that off, or something that's gonna eat it away a little bit. But when we were young too, see, I don't know if maybe I had sticker trauma, um, because I used to look at that mirror at my grandparents' house, and I was like, why did we do that? It made that so ugly to have all those stickers there. As a kid, it was fun. And then when we were growing up in our bedroom, we had what were they called? Garbage pail kids. Is that right? Garbage pail kids, I think. They were cards that you collect with all these ugly things on them, like kids that were like, I don't know. I don't know what they like. I don't know how to describe them. I don't even remember them that much. Um, but each card was actually a sticker. And so we started putting the stickers on our bedroom wall. I remember above the light switch that was in there. And as I got older, I always hated those stickers on there. It's like they're kind of permanent now. We could have just scraped them off, but we didn't. We just left them there and hated them. So I don't know, but I think I have a little bit of sticker trauma from all of that, like putting them there and then later realizing I don't like them actually. It's probably what stopped me from getting tattoos too. Um, let's see. Ideal temperature for me, says May. Nice. There are different grades of stickers. Most are not good enough to go on my car. Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm not gonna put stickers on my car. Crazy? No. Um, Sandra asks, has anyone read A Happy Pocket Full of Money? I love this book. It's an abundance book. I have not. I've not read that one. I read a number of abundance books, but not Happy Pocket Full of Money. So I had a tough time with the first chapter above my head, but the rest is good. Huh, I'll have to look into it. Thanks. Check, I like those books. Susan says the annoying thing is the temps go back and forth, gives you whiplash. Yeah, like by next Tuesday, we're supposed to be in the teens, I think, as a high, and then swinging back and forth. Um, Andrew says I put them on my water glasses for paint. Yeah, he puts them on his brush, his to clean his brushes out. He puts his stickers on some of those too. Andrew said those were so messed up, the Garbage Pail Kids. Kimberly says, I remember those, loved them. I was 9 when those came out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when they came out, but it's been a long time. And those just popped up in my memory because we used to sticker them to, like, we collected most of them. I don't know why we chose particular ones to put up on the wall. Maybe they were duplicates that we'd get, but we had a big stack of those that we collected. I used to collect a lot of cards, all different kinds of cards. I liked having collections when I was young like that. Um, and it was one of the things that my parents could kind of afford. Every once in a while we get a pack of cards or something. So I collected those, and some of them went up on the wall. I don't know what my mom thought of that because I don't think we really asked. We just started putting stickers on the wall. Um, Kimberly says, I find them gross now. It was 1986. So I would have been 6 years old. I would have been 6 when they came out. Marianne says, graffiti remover helps get stickers off. Does it also damage surfaces, though? Some things too. That's the thing. You never know. Sandra says, there are big snowstorms coming your way, I believe, later this week. Who knows? I don't know. Susie tells me. She keeps me up to date on what our weather is going to be. Pretty much when I have to leave the house for the store, she makes sure I know if it's gonna be a rough weekend or not, which I appreciate so much. Glad to have people around who do that and have actual good weather forecasts. Everywhere I seem to look, it's not really great. Marion's been reading The Dead of Winter by Peter Kirby, trying to read more Canadian authors. Nice, support your people, right? Um, Uh, other Susan said, that's so true, Susan. It's really hard on the system to deal with the seesaw temperatures. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Andrew says they were straight up nightmare fuel. We used to collect them too. Yeah, I didn't think of them. I always just thought of them as funny. Like I don't think I ever I don't like they weren't I mean they were kind of gross, but as a young boy, gross things kind of, they were just funny to me. But I don't looking at the I have not looked at them in years. I don't know. I think they came back at some point. Um a few years ago, I think they started try to make a comeback with those, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but I don't think it ever caught on because I don't remember my nieces or nephews ever really getting into them or anything like that. Um, Sanders says, I believe New York is supposed to get between 8 and 16 inches. Yikes. That's wild. Um, Marion says, it wouldn't damage light switches. I used it on stainless steel glass and plexiglass. Okay, that's not too bad. Maria says, gross and little boys is a cliche. Cliche, yeah, but also oftentimes true. um, yeah, it's definitely a thing. Um, yeah, so what's everybody else doing? We've got a lot of people watching. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for commenting. Those comments, see, a lot of people are commenting. We're talking about garbage pail kids and um commenting about clothes and stickers, and the numbers are higher right now than they normally are at this time. So thank you all. Please do hit that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that love, hit that share button. Sharing is caring when it comes to social media. That's why I am tonight going to make a point to try and share all of your posts to our stories. Um, and maybe some to our timeline, for the things that you've been working on for Beat in the New Year, because it's been fun to see. And we appreciate you all working hard at those prompts and tackling them. Um, yeah, so what else? So my day, I went up to the cottage today a little bit, did some shipping. I pulled some things for the live tonight, so I didn't have to keep going through the pile that I have here. I brought more for the pile. Um, so hopefully some things that we haven't seen for a while, if at all. Some things are going to be, I think, brand new. Um, did that and worked on the thing like we were talking about, the print on demand stuff that we may have in the online store soon. So that's going to be fun. Get some t-shirts, get some mugs, some things that I don't have to make. And so that'll be good. I worked on learning a little bit about Google Forms because I apparently have used Google Forms in the past, but not for a very long time. So long ago that I forgot that I did it. Um, and that's the thing we're working on in the background for some classes and stuff. So working on that and trying to figure that out. Went to the grocery store and got some. I bought. Hey y'all, I'm getting fancy. I bought brand name garbage bags today. Brand name garbage bags. Now, maybe you're used to that. I don't know. That's fancy for us because normally we buy the grocery store brand name. And I have had, um, we go through maybe 2 bags of trash a week. And so the last time I bought grocery bags was a while ago. I bought a big box, and um, and it lasted a very long time. And these bags were so thin that just removing them off of the actual, the the garbage the garbage can, that's the word. Removing them off of the garbage can. I'm reading Andrew's comments and it's like I'm getting distracted because do need to talk about that too, but I'm talking about garbage bags right now. Um, Taking them off the garbage can was ripping them. So whenever I pulled them up out of the garbage can, they would rip. And I dealt with this for months because I didn't want to throw out the bags we had because I bought them and I'm going to use them. And I didn't want to double them up because that would be, but I did end up doubling a bunch of them up at one point because we had to, um, because they kept breaking. And so we finally got through that box of garbage bags, and I had to go get more today. And I said, this saving $5 on 100 and some garbage bags is not it. And so I bought brand name garbage bags and I put it in, and it is so nice. It is so nice. Some things are just worth spending that extra $5 on. I felt guilty doing it because I'm like, I should just deal with the other ones. They're cheaper. Um, but I'm so glad I did it. So glad I did it. Susan finally caught up on laundry and bills today, then read a book. Nice. I did some laundry yesterday. Did some laundry and um, got that done, which is so nice. I have socks again. I was so behind. Hardly had any socks to wear. So I did that yesterday. So that was nice. Um, I was going to do our sheets and stuff today, but I guess that's going to be probably tomorrow, maybe, because I didn't get them done. I meant to go upstairs and do them today and grab them, and I didn't. And now it's pretty late. It's a little late to start that because then they won't be dry for tonight and, all that good stuff. Andrew says we have the rock show coming up. We do have a rock show. The Rock and Mineral vault sale, we call it the Rock and Mineral Vault Sale. We're going to have that in Johnstown. So if you are in Johnstown or near Johnstown, let people know, let your friends know. We're going to have flats and flats of specimens and rocks and minerals and fossils and all that starting on January 30th. January 30th through the 31st through the 1st. So that weekend is going to be the debut of all of that. And it should be a great time. So I hope you'll join us. Lots of things are going to be on sale. Lots of things are going to do good prices on them because we want to get rid of them. They've been piled up in our cottage and in our house and in our garage. And so we want to send them out into the world. So if you're looking for crystals and rocks or know kids who are or adults who are and you're in the area, please let them know. There's an event on our Facebook page for our Rock and Mineral Vault sale. Please do share that with your friends. Tag them, share it, all that good stuff. Susan says, if we don't grocery shop tomorrow, I'll straighten up my crafty room and work on a project I started but never finished. Nice. We also launched kits. Yes, we did. That's another thing I did today. So last night we launched kits here on the live. If you missed that, I'm sorry you missed them. No, they're still available. They just moved to the online store. So you can grab them all in the online store right now. There are 4 new kits. We did the Cloud Dancer kit. People have been asking for Cloud Dancer stuff, in particular a Cloud Dancer kit. So Andrew made one. So there's the Cloud Dancer kit. There is a fire horse for the Chinese Zodiac, the New Year 2026, which starts, I think, February 17th, if I'm not mistaken. There's a fire horse kit. There is an Easter kit for this year. So we put out an Easter kit bright and early. And there's a St. Patrick's Day or St. Gertrude's Day, if you want to celebrate St. Gertrude, kit available as well. So 4 of those kits are available. I took pictures of them this morning and put them in the online store this afternoon. So they are available there now. You don't need to request them from the live anymore. You just go right there and grab them. We do have a number of other kits. I started when I was at the cottage today too, picking out some stuff. I started separating out some of the kits that we've made in the past, but have only shown on the live like once. And I'm going to start putting those into the online store. I think that's going to be something that I'm going to do this weekend when I'm at the shop. I'm going to start taking more pictures of the kits and getting more and more kits into the online store so that we can hopefully sell them. People like kits, and we haven't done really new kits in quite some time. So those are going to be available hopefully after this weekend. Marianne says a combination of store brand and brand name bags. I currently have brand name. I've had the same problem, William, with some store brands. Yeah, I don't know if I got them at Dollar General or our grocery store the last time. I can't remember what the box said, but they were so weak. Like we have to stretch them a little bit to get them over the lip of the garbage can and wrap them around so they stay on. And every single time, just pulling them back off of there, they would rip. So now I have 120 bags. That should on average last us You know, we use 2 a week, 60 weeks. There's 52 weeks in a year. So that should last us almost a full year. And they are nice bags. Nice bags. Um, and they were 20 bucks. So a whole year, $20, that was worth it. What's that, 50 cents a week? Um, is that 50 cents a week? If even. So yeah, that's pretty good, I think. Um, Kimberly says there are some things where brand name is way better. Diane says cheaper is not always better. No, no, it is not. Um, so yeah, yeah, um, yeah, cheaper on the garbage bags, definitely not better. um, you know, I dealt with it for a long time, and before that, I had bought the same thing, and before that, I'd bought I always buy store brand on the garbage bags, but I just got the wrong. I switched. I was either grocery store or Dollar General, and I got the wrong, and they put me over the edge. Had to get the good ones. May says dental floss has to be brand name for me. I can see that. I can see that. Did you put the wash in the dryer? Yeah. Yeah, I did. It's all dry. It's all dry. Um, May says, so far generic brand garbage bags have worked. They worked. They worked. They got the job done, but it was not this last one. You know, before that, they were not great, but they were okay. And I think that's our grocery store ones. I think I got Dollar General ones the last time. And they were they were thin enough I could read through the plastic. If I put on I could read through it. Like they were thin. Um, and yeah, sometimes there wasn't even that much in them, and I would tie them up and they would tear. Like it was just not great. And I was like, the other thing that pushed me over the edge is I started thinking about our trash people, and I wonder if the bags have been breaking on them as they haul them out of the trash cans. And like if they are doing that and I'm making them, that's not good either. I don't want to make it harder for them. They do a good job. Um, let's see here. Uh Andrew says book club announcement is coming soon. We've been talking about that. Um, and I know Andrew's planning that out, and I need to going to make a banner for that and announce the book club. So book club is coming back in some form. So that's good. Marion says I have a supply of dental floss and toothpaste from my dental hygienist. That's good. That's good. Susan says, I find most store brand products are adequate. But there are some things I prefer the name brand. Yeah, we buy almost like when we buy like beans or diced tomatoes, like food things from the store brands, pretty much in a lot of cases, I found are very similar or good enough to the name brands. Um, I would say cheese, maybe not. Like shredded cheeses, um, we usually buy the store brand shredded cheese and stuff, but my mom once got us groceries and she got us brand name cheese and it was different. It was definitely different. So that's one thing, maybe not, but most of the time we buy store brand names stuff and it's fine. Um, May says, my dentist gave me one sample and then stopped. This dentist is not as generous as my previous one. Oh no. Andrew says, we are still talking about doing a kit reveal for William's birthday. Yep. Fun, right? Kit reveal for my birthday. That's February 24th. So stay tuned. We may be doing a big kit reveal then. Andrew says, treat yourself. Treat yourself to garbage bags. Suzanne says, Cinnamon just came in and headbutted the phone. So hello, Barnaby. Andrew says, I think Andrew replied to this, says Barnaby's downstairs. Yeah, he's down in his man cave. I put up a little towel for him, like balled up a little towel so he could sleep on the stairs down there because he didn't want to come up when he was down there with me. And he just looked at me with those sad eyes and he just wanted to be down there. The girls have been running around with him a lot. And they've been running around with Gilbert a lot. and I think they've been making them a little bit insane. So I said, for his health's sake, I let him stay downstairs for a little bit. Um, Marion says, "Are you talking about Saint Gertrude, the patron saint of cats?" Of course we are. Of course we are. Um, let's see here. Andrew says, "Do y'all ever see the memes about dollar store medication?" I have not. Suzanne says no. Kimberly says, "My sister's a dental hygienist and hooks us up with the goods." Nice. That's nice. Suzanne says, "I'm reading a book on reading books." What's that book? What's the book you're reading? Talk about meta, right? She's an instructor now, but still takes care of us. That's nice. Andrew says, "I like the cocoa floss. It's rougher and seems to clean my teeth better." What's cocoa floss? Michelle's back. That was quick. Or maybe I've been yapping on a long time here. Marion says, "Food items might even be made in a name brand facility." Yeah, that's what I've heard. Most of the time they are. They're just packaged differently. Susan says, "That's true, Marianne, especially makeup." Huh. I never thought about that because I don't do makeup, but that's interesting too. Andrew just finished Lessons in Magic and Disaster by Charlie Jane Anders. Michelle says, "We realized I've been up since 5 a.m., so she didn't want to push it. My BP is a bit high." Oh boy. Marion says, "Okay, but she is celebrated in the Catholic Church in November." You can celebrate whenever, right? What is Cocoa Floss? I'm intrigued, says May, right? Me too. I don't even know what he's talking about. Every day I read by Huang Bo Rum. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that correct. Um, Every day I read. Huh. We have to look at that. Andrew says they're funny. They talk about how you take the dollar store NyQuil and fall asleep for a week, and people share their experiences. That's funny. That's funny. All right, y'all. I've been talking for over an hour. It feels like his time has gone. This whole day, like I've gotten a lot done, and I feel like I've gotten a lot done today. But I have no. I guess because I've been just nose down and doing stuff on the computer, I didn't realize how fast time was going. Like this whole day is like over. Um, it's almost 9 o'clock, and I've just been going all day long. So I'm going to flip the camera around, and we're going to start looking at the goods. How about that? How about we do that? Andrew says, "I'm listening to Smother Moss right now." Smother Moss? Eco alternative. Cocoa floss is an eco alternative to regular floss. I didn't even know we had that. See that? Right. I'm going to flip this around, y'all. And oh, my screen just changed. Settings. Come on. Camera. My screen just shrunk. Just shrunk. Does that sometimes. It is made of coconut fibers. Nice. All right, y'all keep talking. Remember, because the comments help the numbers go up and stay up. So keep talking. Andrew says, "We're out." Well, that makes sense. So I was like, I think I just used something the other day and it was not cocoa floss. All right. Let's see. What do I got for y'all today? Okay. These are going to be GPM lots for y'all. GPM, and this one is going to. It was 36. Let's do it. Let's get down to 30. 30 on that. We got it from the score thing in Reno. Oh, I do remember that now. That's right. Now I remember that. I think we've been out of that for a long time, unless you had a stash. These are these large glass beads. It's a set of 3 of these. I think these are Indonesian. Big, large glass beads. And where's my calipers? There they are. They're always like right in front of me. And these are about 27 millimeters by 26 millimeters. Andrew says, don't worry about it. Suzanne said, that's a long drive, Andrew, for floss. There was a lady who had a company on decorating floss containers. I remember that. They had the good floss. Large beads, beautiful glass. I believe they're Indonesian. And these were 36 for the strand. It is now 30 for the strand. You want to do that prompt with use the biggest beads you've got? That's a nice big strand of beads right there. Okay. This one. Oh, I'm forgetting the name of this off the top of my head now. So I'm going to set it aside until that name pops into my brain. Let's do this one instead. Andrew says they're Indonesian, but based on ancient Chinese war beads. So that's what they are. It's an ancient Chinese war beads. Reproduction of ancient Chinese beads. And this, let's see here. There are 2 strands of this. These are beautiful malachite chips. And these were 16 a strand. I'm gonna bring them down to $12 a strand for y'all. I love malachite. So pretty. Beautiful malachite chips. Gorgeous. Beautiful color in these. Stunning color. And there are 2 strands there. Let me show you. I don't want to pull too hard because these are vintage. But that's 1 strand. GPM 2, $12 per strand. Michelle says that prompt, use the biggest beads you have. I have to go hunting for mine and not sure if I really want to. Lena says Indonesia make good Viking reproduction beads too. Yeah, it's good stuff. They do a really good job at reproducing those things. We had the Warring State beads the other day I think in the D stash, and they're really pretty. And they're really nice. And we saw the actual ones at the Corning Museum of Glass when we went up, and I was like, these look exactly like the beads we've got. Marian says, I'm not sure I want to use my biggest bead, so just might have to do. So just big might have to do. Well, that's all right. No one's going to your house and checking your stash to make sure you used the biggest bead you've actually got. You know that, right? Everybody knows that. We're not going to do check-ins, although that would be fun. Let me see your stash. This is Lamport glass. Beautiful Lamport bead. That's a big one. Beautiful bead. That was 24. Bring it down to $20 for that bead. Look at the detail in there. Gorgeous things. Marion says, if you do, let me know in advance, right? Lena says, I already used my biggest beads. They were the polymer clay from Andrew. Nice. You have to go to your next biggest then. Michelle says, I have a whole strand, but I don't know where they are. Andrew says, they are going to come with calipers. I know, right? I'm going to come with my calipers. I'm going to start measuring all your beads. Is that the biggest? Is that the biggest? This is 21 by 24 approximately. One of them available. GPM 3. Let's see what's next. Let's do a good deal on these. These are carved bone. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of them. We'll do them at $6. GPM 4. Carved bone. Hand carved beads. Different shapes, sizes. All hand done, hand carved, bone beads. You get all 6 of them for $6, $1 a bead only. That's GPM 4. All right. I pulled these from Andrew's wall. So you know what that means. Don't get mad, Andrew. These are Indonesian glass, Javanese, I believe. And this is, I'm going to do it at 24 for the strand. It's very unique. Andrew says, I did an edge on my guava and looks like an avocado now. I was wondering if it was going to start turning avocado-ish. These are really cool beads. They're not just the spacer. They actually have the, the top and bottom bead elongated. They kind of, when they're sitting, they just look like they're these round or disc beads, but they're not. Like a rondelle, but they're not. They're this whole thing, and they're so cool. And it's $24 for the strand. GPM 5. These beads are approximately 13.5 by 20 millimeters. Cool. Never seen that like that before. Oh, we've just sold 4 twice. Sorry, I've only got the one, but I'll put that away so it doesn't tease anybody else. Those are sold. Anderson will see. He's like, actually, I wanted to keep those. Kimberly says, I thought it was an avocado at first. Guava, guava, right? Oh, look, I can put comments on the stage again, maybe. Let me make them bigger. Tall and larger. There, can you all see them? Can you see the comments now? Helps when you can see each other's comments. Okay. GPM6. All right, and I've got another strand of these, but these have to be more. These are going to be Maybe 32 for the strand. These are big. These are nice. GPM 6. $32 for the strand. Very big, beautiful. Look at how nice those are. Javanese glass beads. Stunningly beautiful glass beads. A whole strand of them. They like glow. They're so pretty. And they've got the cane work on them. Really kind of luscious beads. 14.5 millimeters by about 13.5 millimeters. $32 for the strand. I know it's an expensive strand for glass, but these are amazing. Marianne says, "Quit tempting me." Hello, Anna. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you here. These I don't think we've ever shown ever before. One strand only. One strand of 5, one strand of 6. $24, $32. This one should be more, but giving you a deal if anybody wants it. Sandra says, I had a $100 gift certificate from when I left my company in Florida. So I have honey bells, pears, and chocolate on the way. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Says, I would worry if an avocado was pinky purple inside. This is Marianne. Kimberly says, yeah. Till y'all said it was guava. I was like, ooh, cool, a pink avocado. It was more the shape than the color. Yeah, they're kind of shaped the same, right? Suzanne says, how is cane work different from frit? I think frit is the powdered glass, right? That you roll on when it's hot, if I'm not mistaken. Cane work is when you build things with rods of different colors. Andrew can correct me if I'm wrong, but they're built from rods of different colors that are stretched and pulled. So, like, if you've ever seen people with polymer clay layer up the clay and pull it and then slice it, that's kind of what cane work. They slice them and they lay them on and they melt them into the glass. Frit, though, I think is the powdered or the rocky glass that they roll it in. Now, I could be wrong. Andrew can correct me if I'm wrong. Andrew says, those were mine, but I guess I can sell them. Yeah. I had a feeling that he was maybe keeping those ones. Andrew says, yeah, frit is all crushed up. Andrew says, did you all know that the avocado pits make pink? I didn't know that. Sandra says, from Harry and David's, forgot that part. Nice. That's good. Nothing like free food, that's for sure, or even discounted food is nice. That is correct. 100%. All right. Nobody has grabbed it. I'm really surprised. I thought these were going to fly out and I was going to have people fighting for them. But no, no. All right. I thought those were exciting. They were exciting to me when I saw them. I unburied them. Let's see here. GPM7. Kimberly says no, but now I have some fun trivia. Marion says yes, avocado is often used to dye paper. All right, let's see what I've got here. Ooh, these are nice. This is a glass set. There's a lot of lamp work today. I feel like I pulled a lot of lamp work. I was on a roll. Let's give you a real good price on this set. Anna says they are exciting, but what else is there? You gonna wait till the end and miss out? I guess you're not missing out since nobody's grabbing them. I thought they were gonna get grabbed up real fast. I know. Some of the things I like, people don't like. I don't know. I just thought they were super rare. where are you going to see Monique pretty much like that. All right, GPM7. Here's another thing. Beautiful lamp work. This is a whole set. You get the three kind of flower petals, call them, with the two leafy beads in between. And they're strung on wire right now, but you get the two smaller ones, the larger one in the center. Really pretty colors. Great for spring. Got these leaves on them. Look how pretty those are. And down to there. And they all have the holes through the center. Even the little leaves have the big holes there, which is really nice. See, those are pretty, says Susan. I think 6 is exciting, says Marianne. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Super exciting. Those are pretty. Oh, those are cool, says Kimberly. And my color faves. These? Yeah, these are nice. Unicorn flowers, right? They do, yeah. They've got all that candy stuff, that unicorn candy power. All right, I don't know what I'm saying. GPM 7. Um, Limited funds is the problem, says Norma. FOMO later if I spend it now. I know. FOMO maybe if you don't spend it now, right? Somebody else gets it instead. I forgot my magic penny. No wonder things aren't selling. Let's get the penny out and put the penny on the dance floor. GPM 8. I am losing it silly tonight. Now these, what I want to do. I needed to see something because so multiple people tried to get these last night. And I needed to see. We sold them for $3 each. Wow. It's like half price. They were 12. I'm gonna do them for 6 because that's what I did last night. GPM 8. So these are a little bit lighter than last night's. These are these Wendy Bergman glass beads. And I've got 2 more of them here. We did them for $3. I can't believe we did them for $3 a bead last night. They were, as you can see, $6 a bead before. So if somebody doesn't grab these today, I will be surprised because people were, there were a few people that tried for them yesterday. So these are the lighter color than the ones yesterday, and there are 2 of them available. February is too far away, says Marianne. Sometimes it be that way, right? My birthday's far away, and then it feels like it's here, and then it's gone. GPM 9. Okay. One of these open. These open already. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. I'm gonna do these. $8 each. I have 4 of them available. GPM 9. And these are crosses done in Tiger Eye. They come on this cord already, but you can take them off, obviously, if you want to. $8 for a pendant. Beautiful Tiger Eye. 4 of them available. GPM 9. All right, I'm going to start clearing off some of these things. Y'all are supposed to help me clear this deck. GPM 1, $30 for those reproduction beads. GPM 2. Nobody's getting the malachite. That's one of my favorite stones. I love malachite green. GPM 2. Beautiful malachite chips. Let's see here. Oh, let me see something too. One moment. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's put 3 away. We've just sold 1 of 9. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. GPM 3. That's that beautiful lampwork flower bead. That's beautiful. Look at the quality of that flower done in glass. I don't even know how. I don't know how. I don't know how. Somebody knows how. Thank goodness. All right. 5 is going away. 5 is going away. That beautiful, beautiful Indonesian. I think those would make such fantastic earrings. Like one of those on each side. Such cool earrings. All right. You haven't been talked into it yet. I don't think I'm going to do it. So let's put that away. And we're going to put 6 away as well. These ones. Big, beautiful. 32 for the strand. Only 1 strand. We don't have any more of that I'm aware of. That was the only one on Andrew's wall. I usually don't take anything when there's only 1. But I did today. I thought people were going to grab them, but no, that's all right. That's okay. And I'm trying to, while I'm doing this, I'm looking up this stone that I can't remember the name of. I think that's it. Is that it? It doesn't sound right to me. Ah. Yeah. Let's move these up. Okay. Goes up. And GPM 10 we're on. These are nice. Are these beautiful metal beads? These are a little bit weighty. They have some nice weight to them. And they're in this melon shape. They were $10 for the strand, bring them down to $8 for the strand. And they're about 9.5 millimeters by about 9.5 millimeters. 1 strand available. No, what am I talking about? GPM 10. I'm looking at too many things. Okay. All right. This is GPM 11. We had 10 on this. I'll do 8. I've got 2 of them available. Y'all got so quiet. How come everyone's so quiet now? Am I still live? No one said anything for quite some time. Y'all still here? Everybody got quiet. All right. These are these beautiful shell beads, mother of pearl, in these kind of triangular slash fin like shapes. And I love how these sit. We had some bone that was kind of carved this way too at one point. They're kind of like these, kind of have a ridge up here and then a long fin on them. Kimberly says, I love these stick shells. So people are here. Thank you. Says, yes, Suzanne's still here. Marianne's getting tired. Says, we were mesmerized by the beads. I don't know. Mesmerized. Hopefully. Hopefully. Look how pretty those are. And these are about 9 millimeters by about 16, I'll say 17. Got 2 strands available. They were 10. Sold a bunch at 10. I only have 2 left, down to $8 for the strands that are left. GPM 11. All right. Why is my keyboard not working? Okay. Let's do $6 on this. I only have 1 of these. And it says, I was grabbing grapes and cheese and crackers so I could watch AGTV with snacks. Nice. I need some snacks. I almost got grapes today. I should have, but I have bananas. I have banana and an apple. Fuzzy brain, says Marianne. So this is charwhite, beautiful charwhite bead. It is drilled this way, but it's a very nice quality charwhite bead. Super good quality. I love this. And that's $6, 1 bead available, GPM 12. That make a beautiful pendant or like a focal for a bracelet. I can see that as a focal going that way with a strand of beads coming out each way. Or a nice, really nice pendant. I think that's a good price for that. All right, what's next? What's next? Let me see how many of these I have. Getting low on these too. One. These are antler buttons. And it looks like I have 7 of those. And they are only $5 each. Antler buttons. They're carved antler. You can see $5. That's what we got. That's the price we got. We can't go any lower on those. That's an old price. Probably would be higher nowadays. Love those. Beautiful buttons, various sizes. Yeah, just depends what you like. 2 holes in the center. Beautiful little buttons. GPM 13. Let's see. I brought these because these are bright and sunny, and I was feeling like I needed that today. These are some of Andrew's luxury bead blends that we have. I'm going to start putting these into the online store because I haven't yet. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 of these available. Luxury bead blend. And this is this beautiful bright orange and green bead blend. It's got a lot of greens, a lot of oranges. Let me show you. I'll show you another bag. They're all different slightly, right? There's another one. Beautiful beads. I've got some crystals, got some metal beads in there, got some gemstones, got some Monique. All different kinds of things in there. So they're $12 a bundle for the luxury bead blends. 8 of them available. We just sold 12. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Citrusy, says Marianne. It is citrusy. Oh, somebody tried to grab 12 again. That's the thing of today. Everybody's trying to grab the same one. I've sold like 3 things, but I have like 7 claims because everybody's trying to grab the same thing. All right. 12 is sold out. Here we go. Let's move that over. GPM 15. Let's see. I've got 2 of these available. They are only $1 each. $1 each. 2 of them available. They're these little spacer beads. You get a pack of 6 of them. These little leaves on them. $1 per pack. 2 packs available. GPM 15. Mary says, I can't stop thinking gallons per minute. I wasn't even thinking that. I was like, this is, I could not think of something that it was. So there you go, gallons per minute. That's funny. Wish it was gallons of money coming in per minute. It's not happening. Right. That'd be nice. Now I'm going to think of that. I'm going to think of lots incoming. People buying in the online store. People finding the live. All right. This one, this was 26. I'm gonna bring it down to 22. Can't go any lower than that. Kimberly says, did I get 12 or was I late to the party? You were late to the party. You were late to that party. Someone else got that. GPM 16. Beautiful lamp work glass. Look at all the work in that. All these different kind of canes in there. All the swirls. Nice little lentil shape, but so many colors. Gorgeous glass. 1 available. $22, down from 26. 29 millimeters approximately on that. Kim says, oh wow, that lamp work is fantastic. It is. Marion says that would be nice, right? We all want gallons of money coming in. I've sold 1 of the 15s. Somebody else take the other one so I don't have to pack that away somewhere. Um, Anna asks, is that a Janaea bead? I can't say. Maybe Andrew knows for sure, but I can't say. I don't have it marked. I don't have it marked. I would not want to say for sure without knowing. All right, let's put some of these away. GPM 7, only $28 for this really beautiful, lots of work. Like, I could not make this for $28. If I made this, it'd probably be like $68 because I know the kind of work that would go into that. I mean, somewhat. I've only made glass beads like once or twice in my life, but I could not make that for $28. GPM 7. GPM 8. Guess nobody wanted the two Wendy beads. Fighting over them yesterday, but nobody wants them today. GPM 8. Lamport glass. Wendy Bergman from Australia. $6 for the set. Um, 9. We've sold one of 9. Thank you. We've still got 3 of the crosses left in the tiger eye. $8 each. And the metal beads. Let me see here. Get a different pack for that. There we go. Metal beads, GPM 10. They were $10, now $8. Nice weighty beads. They're the kind of beads that you can put on to help if you have like a small chain necklace or something to hold it down because they have a little bit of weight to them. Comes in handy sometimes. And then, oops, that's not the bag. We have a bag for those already. GPM 11 or the shell. $8 each, 2 of them available, down from 10. Okay. That was sold. That back here. Okay. 13, 14. 15. 16. GPM 17. $2. Maybe if I can get the paper to come apart. There we go. $2. GPM 17 is this pink ribbon bead. Intaglio done from the back, painted in. Cute little bead, little charm or small pendant, 13 by 18 millimeters, $2. One of them available. Let's see here. We've got 2 of these available. This is a vintage check glass. No, actually it's not. This is actually a quartz. Vintage strawberry quartz. $8. 2 of them available. Beautiful strands. Strawberry quartz, vintage. They're in squares, and they are approximately 4 by 13 millimeters. 4 by 13 millimeter rectangles of strawberry quartz. Really cool. GPM 18. Let's see. Oh, we've sold 7. Thank you so much. Those are the flower beads. Appreciate that. And let's see here. We've also sold one of the luxury bead blends. Thank you so much. GPM 19. I just lost that other second one of course. These are so cool. I love these beads, but they're weird. And some people, I know why they're still here. I'm going to try it again because they're weird. Andrew says, sometimes I close my eyes in order to taste things better. What are you doing down there? I definitely turn down my radio to drive better, to concentrate. That's a thing. Okay, these are the weird beads. Look at these. Andrew says it's like turning down the music to see better. I do that all the time. So these pink beads, pink, blue, and white, are like folded up on themselves, swirled together, and they're just weird beads, but I think they're so fun. Whole strand of them for only $10. 2, 4, 6, 8. They're 10 beads. They're $1 a bead. That's worth it. Andrew said they are vintage Japanese. Vintage Japanese for $10 for the strand. I didn't know they were vintage Japanese. I'd never let them go for $10. That strand, much more than that. If it doesn't sell tonight, it is not staying. I'll put it in the online store at like $30, $28, because that's probably more like what it's worth. And it's going to nearly triple in price. GPM 20. I'm going to write on here vintage Japanese so that I know. I don't know how it got that $10 price ever. Okay, GPM 20. Let's see what's up next. Oh, we had a strand like this yesterday too. Now I'm going to see, what did I sell these for yesterday? Ridiculously low price. $4. But there are more of these. Okay. So we had the this is another one people were fighting over. We had the African beads. There are more of them here. So they were $4 yesterday. I'm going to do them 6 tonight just because there are more of them in there. GPM 20. And these are a little bit smaller, I think. These are sandcast African glass. They're brown, yellow, and blue. Really pretty. Oh, somebody grabbed that 19. That's good. You got it now, because I was legitimately just going to take pictures of that, put it in the online store, because I know there are collectors out there that want that vintage Japanese stuff. So that, you got a good deal. I didn't know they were Japanese. I wouldn't have priced them that. That was the price that was on them before. All right. See, you got a good deal. These are approximately 6 by 12 millimeters. This one's not 6 by 12. It's about 6 by 11. So 6 by 11, 6 by 12 millimeters, GPM 20, $6 for the grouping of those. We had some in a different color yesterday, and a number of people wanted them, but only one person, of course, could get them. So I found those. Just happened that I came across them today in a box that I haven't been through in quite some time. A lot of this stuff I haven't been through in some time. Some of you may not have even seen any of this stuff before. Lamport glass. $8 for the lot. 2 lots available. GPM 21. You get a lot of 4 Lamport glass beads. Let me show you one. It's easier. These are these little flowers on a blue bead. Beautiful pink flowers. They are approximately 16 millimeters. GPM 21. 2 lots of 4 available. $8 each. GPM 22. Oh, we just sold 20. So 20 is sold out. Thank you so much. Let me take that off. It's a good deal on those too. We did have 8 on those before, just so you know. So that's a good deal. A little extra. I didn't write that on the sheet. But we did. All right. 22. What do we have for 22? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 5 of these. You can see they were $3. I'm going to do $3 on them because that's an old price. $3 each. 5 of them available. These beautiful jasper pendants or just beads, large beads. Beautiful. Only $3 each. 5 of them available. GPM 22. What are you down there tasting anyway, Andrew? What are you tasting? You making dinner? You start dinner already? Yeah, these at 7.50. What'd y'all have for dinner? Did I ask what you had for dinner? Some of y'all, I think, told me, or was that yesterday? My brain, y'all, fried today. Oh, chips. You're eating chips, not making dinner. Oh. All right. These were $7.50 for the lot. $5 now. Oh, Marianne had pizza today. What kind of pizza did you have? What toppings? These are a beautiful kind of lavender glass. Just beautiful little smooth rondelles in lamp work. $5. That's $1 a bead. Really good price for lamp work glass. Suzanne had coconut chicken. Did you make that? Or did you get it somewhere? Because I'd be interested in how you made it if you made that. And what chicken, quote unquote, chicken you used to make it. Let's see here. Oh, this is nice. We took a lot of these strands apart. This is one of the strands that's still available. There's only one. We sell these for a lot more per piece than we generally get per strand on these. So if this doesn't sell, I'll probably take this into the store because I have an empty dish. I know this can go in. These are cubic zirconia drops. Beautiful cubic zirconia CZ drops. Marion says it was cheese, probably mozzarella with some Parmesan. Nice. Suzanne says I made the sauce. Nice. Cubic zirconia. I think we sell these. Let's see, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 25 of them on there. And I think we sell them for $4 a crystal, $4 a drop in the store. So there you go. $28. It's what, 1/4 of the price if you want to buy it by the strand. Otherwise, I will be taking those apart because I've tried to sell those a number of times by the strand. Nobody's grabbed it yet. But Andrew said those are extra sparkly. Yeah, nobody grabs it this time. I promise they're going into addition in the store because I've sold a bunch of these and we're running low. I don't think I have the purple ones anymore. GPM 25. These are $3 each. There are 2 of them available. GPM 25. May had pizza 2. Andrew says we marked them half off at one point. Yeah, that's more than half. That's a quarter. That's 75% discount. That's why they're so cheap now. Temptation is real for 24, says Susan. We'll buy them now at 28 for the strand or $4 a piece later, because that's about what they're going to. That's what I say. Get them cheaper by the bundle. These are a crystal. I don't know if these, Andrew, are these S word? Or are these Egyptian? Or something else? These are crystal. $3 each. 2 of them available. And these are about 9 millimeters by 15.5. Egyptian, Andrew says. Egyptian crystal. Marianne says, yes, Susan, after all, only a few more lots to go tonight. I know. We only got 5 more lots to go. Let me put these away. The antler buttons. Nobody grabbed any of those this time. Nobody needs buttons. I show these every once in a while in case people need buttons or want buttons. GPM 13, $5 each. 14 that goes in the big bag over here. Sold one of those. We still got multiples available. GPM 14. And says apparently they have a huge glass trade there, particularly for perfume bottles. Yeah, people don't think of Egypt as a glass maker, but they are. Back here. Nobody got the other 15, $1 for those spacers. I'm gonna find a bag for those. Let's see here. Let's use. Let's use a big bag. We sold both of 25. Thank you so much, the Egyptian crystal. I'll put those away. Susan says, I have a couple of Egyptian glass perfume bottles. They're very pretty, but very, very fragile. Yeah. That's the high-end stuff. Nice stuff. 16 is also going back. That is this beautiful still available. Lampwork glass bead. $22 only. Let's see here. Pink ribbon, $2, still available. GPM 17. And GPM 18 is strawberry quartz. Nobody grabbed those. Strawberry quartz. Andrew says my mom used to collect them too. Okay, let's move these up. GPM 21, beautiful lamp work. GPM 22, these beautiful jasper elongated tubes, or rounded tubes, whatever you want to call them. Vintage price was $3. That's an old, that's even yellowing. Still $3. We've got the lampwork glass beads. This kind of lilac color. And this light purple color also for the CZ crystal. It is blingy. Like, I don't know if you're seeing on camera, you don't quite catch the bling that it really is. Those are blingy. Let's see, GPM 26. Andrew says, I'm excited for the new Game of Thrones show. I didn't even know there was one. What is that all about? These are polymer clay by Andrew. $8 each. 3 of them available. Made to look like Roman glass. Kind of, right? He did these in multiple colors though, so just made to look like old glass with the AB kind of buried look on them. And those are $8 each, 3 of them available. It's the new Game of Thrones show. So I really like the stories. A Night of Seven Kingdoms, says Marianne. It's called A Night of Seven Kingdoms. And I called them the Egg and Dunk stories, says Andrew. And then to these larger ones, we have these smaller ones. And I'm going to do this $8 per pair, 2 pair. You can either go with the smaller pair or the larger pair if you choose them. $8 for a pair. There's a smaller pair and a slightly larger pair. And so it's the time before the main Game of Thrones series. It's the summertime. Oh. When's that coming out? I didn't even hear about that, I don't think. I've heard of that Egg and Dunk. That was something I've heard of. All right. I have these. These are dyed jade pendants. They're $3 each, and I have 7 of them available. Says I think it comes out next week or maybe this week. Wow. This is GPM 28. Nice large dyed jade pendants. Andrew said there's a new PBS show I want to watch called Bookish. Yeah, you were trying to watch that. Character Egg is the archivist at the wall in the main story, says Marion. Nice. And the new Star Trek comes out next week too. All the new shows are coming out. Nice. Not that we have tons of time to watch, but it'll fill some of our evenings before bed at least. GPM 29, $10. Marion says, I missed the first episode of Bookish. Sad. Doesn't it just come out today or something? Andrew said, that's a pretty big spoiler. Norma says, I watched Bookish. I liked it. I thought Bookish wasn't out yet. I thought we just tried to watch it like yesterday. GPM 29. Oh, last Sunday? Huh. This is a pressed metal piece that Andrew did of this scythe with the honeycomb or the beak comb and the flowers and the bees. And it's pressed in copper. It needs finishing work. Cut it out, put a hole in it, do some metal work. You could enamel on top of it if you wanted to. Lots of things you could do with it. Powder coat it. One of these available, pressed out for you. GPM 29, $10. Norma says, and the new season of All Creatures Great and Small is out with a 5-year time jump. I love that one. That one's out too? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No, I don't know. I think this is a serpentine. I think Andrew can correct me if he knows if I'm wrong. It's either a jade or a serpentine. Might be jade because it's kind of waxy looking, and I feel like jade looks like that sometimes. It was 22. I'm bringing it down to 16. GPM 30. Andrew says, we've been watching, he says, we've been watching home shows and cooking shows so that we don't get sucked into a series. Yeah, we kind of have been doing that. Norma says, that also started last Sunday. All Creatures I watched. I tried recording Bookish. Instead, got Velvet recorded. Oh no. These are really pretty. I think, I don't know. Chrysoprase? I don't know what these are. I think jade. Or maybe serpentine. All that stuff is similar. Andrew might remember. I don't have the mark. Canadian jade, he said. Okay. I thought they looked mostly like jade. I'm going to write that down in case they don't sell tonight, so I know for next time. GPM 30 Canadian jade. These are 12.5 by 18 millimeter drops. Vintage strand. One available. Linus is on season 4 of Vandervalk. Don't know what that is either. Never heard of that one. All right, y'all. That's it for tonight. I'm going to go through and do the tallying. Get the spreadsheet done. The spreadsheet is going to probably take longer to do tonight because of some of these things. And then I am going to do the invoicing, and then I will be cooking. So thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. It was nice chatting. Got to talk about some fun stuff earlier in the chat. And yeah, we got up to a lot of things. Garbage Pail Kids, garbage bags, tattoos, lots of fun stuff. Don't forget all the stuff we're doing. We got a lot going on here at Allegory Gallery, so be sure to check out the blog and keep up with the Facebook events. I'm trying to do events on Facebook. Please, please, please hit interested or going on those Facebook events. Make a point of it if you can. That'll help us out so much. Go to our Facebook page, Allegory Gallery, go to the events tab. It's usually hidden under the More tab. Um, and hit interested and going to the events if you're able to go, interested if you're just interested. That helps. Literally, I see notifications on Facebook from friends who said, oh, they're interested in this event. You might be too. So that definitely does help. So thank you all so much. And we'll see you back here probably tomorrow afternoon. It's Wednesday, so that's my pottery day. Wednesday afternoon, probably around 3 o'clock. We'll come to you live. All right. Thank you all. Have a great night, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.